All right, quick video because this is just impossible to get into without kind of going into other areas. Because Comicsgate and it's just pop culture, one little aspect of this culture war. It's one facet of this big, big crystal, and there's so much else that's going on that's shaping this. To see like, basically, the anti-Comicsgate people on Twitter who are spending a lot of their time and not monetizing their time, their social media time, versus the Comicsgate people who are spending time on social media, but they are monetizing their stuff. And so I look at the anti-Comicsgate people and like, why are you doing what you're doing? I mean, if you're spending time doing it, you're not monetizing it, you're effectively paying to do it, and you're also giving Comicsgate free advertising, which is great, but it also says like a lot about your emotional situation. And it just deals with so many other issues because, as George Carlin said, a lot of people said, like, if your vote mattered, they wouldn't let you vote. So what all this stuff feels like, and it's not just Comicsgate, it's a lot of other stuff, is pawns attacking pawns pointlessly, just wasting pointless time. Though, like I said, Comicsgate is at least is monetizing it because they're selling stuff. But like a lot of these anti-CG people on Twitter and a lot of people, the kids on the left now, it's like it just feels like pawns bypassing the kings and queens, Antifa type of BLM type of stuff. We go like, oh, so you're burning down small businesses, but you're not going after the city council, the mayor. And I'm not advocating any unconstitutional activity. You're not seeking redress of grievance from city council, mayors, the bankers, there were the media moguls. Like that's kind of the triple axis of power, people who matter. It's like, no, you're burning down, Samantha's beauty supply store. Oh, that's, or somebody's used car sale, car lot. That's a little weird that you're kind of skipping right over the bankers, the media, and the politicians to go after Bob's plumbing warehouse. People who are kind of the backbone of the country, Joe's contractor and electrician services. Like, yeah, you're burning down a parking lot, a used car lot. Even if you're burning down Ford, it's like it doesn't make sense. Like, these people are supplying the buyer with what they need. It's like you should probably seek redress of grievance, constitutionally protected activity, against the mayors, the city councilors, the governors, and the bankers who were financing this, and the media who's controlling the narrative. It's weird that you're kind of going after, and I know this kind of sounds off in left wing, but left field, but like I see the same. It's kind of the same Antifa mindset of pawns who are attacking other pawns, because ultimately Comicsgate, even like Ethan is probably the most successful guy in Comicsgate. He's doing great. He's giving people simply what they want, entertainment mostly. And this is I clicked on this. This is like a lot of white space. This is not a good setup. I don't know if this is Indiegogo's formatting or your formatting, but this image should be like the first image you see. I'm sure she's listening. Irene Ski is listening to this. This should be the first image you see. This invites you in quickly, where like a video, I'm not likely to click on a video. That's not as compelling as an image. And then all this white space is just not a good format. I don't know if that's Indiegogo or you, but this is your opening image right here. It tells me that this is not an SJW comic. It doesn't tell. I didn't. It's just going to do a lot of extrapolation from one image. Where like if you just looked at the right hand image of the thin girl, like that could be an SJW character because A Cup's over there. But then as you move left, you see smiling fair skinned people. You start to get feeling like, oh, this is not SJWism. This is something other than that, because that's not how SJWs draw. And then you get to the left image, and like I said, not to be crude, it's like you see a smiling girl with big boobs. Immediately, that crosses off left wing propaganda. This just one simple image. Like, this is going to be a fun story. Maybe it's going to be kind of an Indiana Jones type of thing. You don't know, but it's not going to be left wing propaganda. So it's worth giving it a shot, and this is kind of the image you want to start with. Anyway, so what I meant, like, with pawns, and bringing in Antifa and BLM and these anti-Comicsgate people on Twitter who I feel they're just kind of wasting their time and their money because they're not monetizing stuff. This chick, I really should have learned her name, how to pronounce it before I started the video. Irene Ski. She's selling comics, and so she's going to the people who can help her sell comics. In that case, that's Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate, John Malin and Cecil. Cecil does a lot of interviews with people that he's doing a lot of good stuff that is not necessarily bringing helping his channel as much. Like he could be doing other stuff that would be more profitable, but he's interviewing a lot of artists and writers. Like he's putting in work. I hate to say for the good of the community, like make Saint Cecil, but I mean that's what he's doing. John Malin's doing the same stuff. They're interviewing and talking to a lot of people who are helping sell other people's comics, and they're selling their own stuff too. But it's like they're putting in the work, and so is Ethan. Like, are all these people perfect? I don't know. Cecil might be a saint. I'm not sure about that, but Ethan is definitely not. And like all these other people are interviewing people. Even Tim Lim, he's got a smaller channel, but he's interviewing people. Douglas Ernst, all these people are talking to other people and trying to. They're doing the work in Comicsgate. And like anti-CG has got this view, the straw man view of Ethan. It's like Ethan's just an ordinary asshole, like me, like you, like Heather, like Heather Antos, Gail Simone, Renfimus. Like we're all ordinary assholes, which means we can be jerk-offs sometimes, but we're not jerk-offs all the time. Like everyone is going to have a little PMS and bad days. But it's not like, okay, well, we're reasonable adults, we can help you. Let's just move past that, Joe Glass. Come on some show. Like, let's just talk about your product. And if there's probably some BLT people in the Comicsgate community who might look at your Pride comics and be like, oh, okay, I'll take a look. And I talked to Joe Glass about this before, and he goes, I tried to say something like that, like, listen, not everyone CG is against you. Like, I'm talking to you right now. It's like, you know I'm not against you. And he goes, oh, well, because of one person in it or a few people in it who had attacked me. It's like, you sound like a drama queen, dude. I mean, okay, you don't like EVS because for whatever reasons. Well, CG's bigger than him. Like you could probably talk to a bunch of other people who would at least do an interview with you, talk to you about the Pride for 20 minutes. Like you don't have to. Like they don't have to have this ideological purity spiral. So what happened was Heather Antos on Twitter got mad at this Irene Ski girl who's trying to sell her Fiendish on Indiegogo, which looks friggin' fantastic. It's like, not all this shit has to be this deep. You don't have to fight over everything. She's just trying to make a living selling comics. And Heather Antos is a fucking weirdo. I think she's borderline personality disorder, narcissist. She's not right in the head. Like Gail Simone, Renfimus, they are right in the head. I disagree with them with a lot of their weird stuff they do, but they're smart, funny, they're normal adult human beings. They have meltdowns on Twitter, but they're right. They're playing with a full deck. Heather Antos isn't. She's not playing with full deck, and she still gets hired. That says a lot about an industry that continues to hire her. So she got mad that this woman, I don't know the first thing about her, is selling Fiendish on Indiegogo. It looks fantastic. And, as she, Renee Draws on Twitter is her thing. She goes, or something like that. She goes, yeah, where were you when I've been selling this stuff for the past couple of years? Like, you say you were my friend on social media, but as soon as I go on Ethan's show, or Comicsgate show, try to sell stuff, you're not my friend anymore. Like, this is business. Comicsgate is the platform to sell comics. Left or right, you don't have to agree with. You probably have advertising. Companies have advertising on all kind of networks. They don't agree with everything. They don't support everything that the company is doing. It's like if you have that kind of ideological purity spiral, you're going to have this paralysis of analysis where you can't go on anyone's show other than some avowed left-wing person. It's like, okay, I need your views on abortion and war in some foreign country. I need your views, and they have to be aligned perfectly with mine, or else I can't go on the show. Well, then you're not going to get anything done. It's like, I don't need your views on, oh, so you're on the right wing and I'm on the left wing. Well, we don't need to talk about that stuff. Let's just talk about the comic that I'm selling, because this is a business. I want to sell comics. So she sold this comics. And, one thing Renfimus said, something like, she talks about, she made this quick buck comment, which actually kind of got my attention, because I didn't understand it. It doesn't make sense. This girl, Irene Ski, is, I can make that one word, Irene Ski, is selling comics. She wants to sell comics for the next 40 years. Or, have the IP go to her kids after she passes out of this mortal coil. Like, what quick buck are you talking about? That kind of implies that you're selling one and done. Like, you're selling one comic and then just dipping out. Is it like, what does that mean? A quick buck? Deadbeats would be a quick buck, right? I mean, you sold one comic. For it, like, it worked out. It was like 50 people, $50,000. So, I mean, like, that's insane. I don't know what kind of, like, what's the color of the sky in their world where they think, like, that's your business model, and you're trying to tell Comicsgate, who does have a successful business model, and to be fair, for most people, it's going to be a part-time gig. You're not living off of $50,000, but it's something. It's like producing a product and they're selling something, and they want to continue to sell it for years and years, and then continue to have those IPs pass on to their kids. Like, these people want to watch your pockets, but they will never help you in the beginning. They're not helping you now, and they want to cancel. It's like your cancellation of Irene and Fiendish. All you're doing is, like, you can't cancel her because I'm not going to buy your product anymore. Sir, my brother in Christ, were you buying my product before? No, I guess I wasn't. Oh, so then if you're not going to do something you weren't doing in the past. So trying to cancel her on Twitter is, this is not normal adult behavior. Heather Antos is probably 35 years old, and she's acting like a 15-year-old with PMS. It's freaking bizarro. And to be fair, it's like, it probably just helps Fiendish sell more copies or get on the mailing list, because you're telling people who weren't going to buy it in the first place not to buy it. And so Comicsgate comes out and looks at it and goes like, oh, well, if the mainstream is kind of going after you, it goes, wait, you'd support something? You'll support Mike Miller just to own the libs? Yeah. You never want to get in the way of people giving you money. You can give me money on CashApp, Coffee, Subscribestar. That's why people have so many platforms, because give people ways to support you in the ways they want to support you. And Comicsgate is selling a product. It's called Fiendish on Indiegogo. And Heather Antos isn't selling anything but hatred. So I kind of see Comicsgate as winning over the years, because Comicsgate is going to continue to sell. Red Gaze is selling novels. JDA is selling everything. He sells comics, novels, probably T-shirts and hats. EVS sells toys. He doesn't get in the way of people giving him money. He sells toys because people want toys. Oh, here's $600,000 in, toys. Like, did he set out to sell toys at the start? No, he probably didn't give a shit about toys. Probably surprised that people want these toys and collectibles. But people want them. So it doesn't matter if you think it's silly. You go get, like, someone goes, hey man, get on crypto, get a crypto wallet, and I'll donate money. Like, I don't know anything about crypto. Yeah. Just get it. I'll just get it, and I'll give you $20 right off the bat. I'll give you $50 right off the bat. Like, okay, I'll get a crypto wallet, because I don't want to get in the way of you making donations. So I got a crypto wallet. I don't know anything about crypto. I'm like, okay, I got a dozen coins. Here's the coins. And people started giving donations on crypto because they wanted to. I don't need to get in the way of people making donations. People want toys. EVS sells them toys. They want T-shirts and hats. They sell them. He sells T-shirts and hats. It's just that simple. Heather Antos and Gail and Renfamous, I don't know what they're selling. They're selling, like, they're not selling anything, but they're trying to prevent you from selling something. It's the weirdest. I mean, it's not adult behavior. Like, I'm an adult, very mature one, but I look at it and go, why would you, this Irene Ski Girl, Fiendish on Indigo, why would you try to get in the way of her selling her stuff? She's probably trying to sell. This is like, comics is a business, but it's a creative business. It's not just a business. You're not. I do document production review for civil liability issues in commercial real estate. Oh, that's a business. Is it a creative one? No, it's not. It's not really a creative one. It's just kind of I review, the latest updates and shepherdize legal analysis for civil document review for real estate. Oh, it's a business. Pays well. Yeah, it's fine. But it's not a creative business. Where Comicsgate is like comics and the arts. It's still a business, but it's a creative business. It's different. It's different. And like, I want to help people. Oh, when you help me support my dreams, I'm gonna write, I don't know, case law analysis of the taxation code as it results to, like, offshore interests. Like, oh, that's not really a dream come true. That's probably someone who's on the spectrum a little bit, who wants to write, legal textbooks, that kind of thing. Like, this is different. This is a creative endeavor. It's like, a lot of us want to help support creative endeavors. And if you want to help support creative endeavors to own the libs, that's okay too. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. It's hard to make these videos without just going off, because there's all these other issues that kind of deal with this kind of stuff. Support to own the libs. Yeah. Support any way you want. Like, $30 is $30. You don't want to get in the way. And, ultimately, it's like, Comicsgate is different because you're getting something for your money. Cyberfrog was beautiful, and it arrived. Lone Star, Soulfinder, Iron Sights with the beautiful Ibe Canalis, all those products arrived. You paid a premium for them, but they arrived. Jawbreakers arrived. Iron Sights Part 3 is coming out. I wish I still had a P.O. box. It's like $150 a year, and people did actually send comics, but I don't know. Maybe I should go get that P.O. box back again and have people. The thing about being on social media is if you ask for stuff, you'll get it. Like, I repeatedly begged for comic books, and people sent comic books. And it just kind of works out that easy. It's like you can't get free comic books in the mail unless you have a P.O. box. So when I say, like, you want to facilitate getting what you want for other people, like you want donations, well, people aren't going to drive to your house and give you $5. You have to get the platforms that people, you have to speak to the language in which they want to be spoken to. And like a lot of these left-wing people, you look at them and go, oh, you hate Comicsgate, so what are you selling? Oh, I'm not selling anything. I just hate Comicsgate. Fuck that Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah, but I mean, how do you turn this into money for yourself? I don't. I turn it into dopamine. Well, Ethan's literally a millionaire selling Cyberfrog stuff. And you're just like attacking him, but you're not hurting him. If anything, you're helping him. Like, to be fair, a lot of Comicsgate people, they're going to have a harder time going into mainstream stuff because of this Twitter stuff. But you go, so Ethan is, and a bunch of other people are doing really well. Maybe they're never going to go have a movie made on their IPs, which would be a lot more money, but they're still doing what they want to do. And if they followed your rules, they wouldn't be successful following your rules because it's a hostile left-wing work environment for a lot of these people. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next episode.